I'm fed up. I'm tired of doing a low-paying job every time. I can't even afford to eat. I'm fed up. I'm tired of doing something that I did not even study in school. I just want something different for once. Hi guys, welcome to the Express channel. So a lot of people are like this lady. They can relate to her situation. They want to do something that is high paying, and every day they think about what possible jobs can I work in when I'm in Canada that can pay me very well. It's also in high demand, and today that is what we are going to talk about. We are going to talk about top jobs in Canada that are in high demand, that are also paying very well. We're also going to talk about both the tech role and the non-tech role. So in case you look at this field and you feel like, it's something that I can do, it's something that I'm interested in, then you can begin to work towards it. Especially for those that are out of the country, you can begin to work towards this. If you're already in Canada and you have this experience, you can apply for this job to try something for a change for once. If your partner has the skills as well, you can begin to work towards it to apply for these jobs. If you know that you are looking for what you want to study, you know you want to change your particular field and you don't know what you can change to that will give you a better pay, this video is for you. So ensure that you watch this video to the end. My name is Stella and this is the Express channel. We talk about moving abroad, we talk about life abroad, we talk about things that can help you make money abroad. So don't forget to share this video to your family, like and comment. Now let's get started. So guys, I'm going to divide this job role into 3 different parts. Number 1 will be jobs that are in high demand in Canada. No matter the province, they are in high demand. Number 2 will be tech jobs, and number 3 will be high paying jobs in Canada. So make sure you watch and stick to the end of this video. Now, without wasting our time, let's start with jobs that are in high demand in Canada. Number 1 on my list is industrial electrician. Electricians work in different industries in life. They work in whether it's mining industry, health sector industry, whether it's construction industry. Electrician works in all this industry because everything or every developed country, even developing country, needs an electrician to work with them in order to ensure that there's no hazard within their environment. So this makes these people to be high in demand. These people can earn from 80,000 to 90,000 per year. For you to get into this field, you must have at least had an on-site training. You must have at least had a trade certificate as well. And the more you have experience, the better. The more you have experience, the more you can negotiate your pay, the more you can get more pay within your field. That's my number 1. Now, my number 2 profession in high demand is for those that are truck drivers. Here, the demand for e-commerce goods are increasing these days. And when I mean e-commerce, people want to stay at their comfort of their home, order online and get their delivery to their house. So the people that are going to deliver these goods to their house are the truck drivers. Even when you want to move from house to house, even industries that want to move their goods from the manufacturing site to the consumer site needs truck driver. So truck driver demand is something that is in every province in Canada. Yes, and because it's in every province in Canada, it makes the profession to be hot cake, as the people that are working there cannot even fully satisfy the demand of the population. There was a research done which states that there is at least 8% vacancy in truck driving in every province in Canada. Provinces that pay truck drivers more include number 1, Alberta, number 2, British Columbia, number 3, Prince Edward Island, number 4, New Brunswick, and number 5, Nova Scotia. It doesn't mean that other provinces are not paying, but these provinces pay more. So just to get yourself prepared and positioned when you are applying for jobs, for truck driving. So that's number 2. Number 3 on my list is welding, and yes, welding is high in demand. In fact, Canadian government plan to increase the number of welders in Canada by 2028. They want more people to enter into this profession because the demand for this profession is really high. Welding skills are needed, especially in constructing department. Welding skills needed in manufacturing department. And the way countries can go is when they go into business and manufacturing. That's to tell you the importance of welding. And the provinces that actually pay welders are Saskatchewan, Alberta, we have British Columbia, we have also Nova Scotia. They pay welders really high. Welders can earn from up to 41 Canadian dollars per hour to even as high as 50 Canadian dollars per hour. At times, some of them earn from $20 per hour, depending on where you are located, and also it depends on your experience. Remember, the more experience you have, the better for you. So welding job is one of those that is really high in demand in Canada. Number 4 on my list is veterinarian. For every person you pass across in developed world, you must see at least 1 or 2 of them with a dog. Yes, you must see 1 or 2 of them with a cat. You must see 1 or 2 of them with a bird. They have different animals, different pets. They even have pet protection agencies that ensure that the lives of pets are secured. That's to tell you the high demand of veterinarians. And to tell you the truth, there are not so much people in this field. So this field is still very fresh. Many people have not really embarked into it, and so it's something that is really worth it if you decide to go into it. For you to get into veterinarian, for you to work as a veterinarian, you must have at least had the training, you must have at least gotten the license, so you can work towards this. And veterinarians can earn as much as 90,000 Canadian dollars per annum. So this is really nice. Yes, so you guys should try to look at this profession. It's something that is high paying. Number 5 is web developer. Yes, web developer can earn up to 95,000 Canadian dollars in a year. Web developer is needed in almost all industries. Yes, most people want to move from physical into digital because they know that the things that are evolving these days are going digital, and they need those people that are always on ground in web developing in order to help them push their market. And web developers are really valued within their industry because these people know how important they are. So web developer are people that are in high demand regardless of any province. They are always in high demand, and you can decide to work from home, you can decide to work as full-time. So you guys should check this out. There's no way I will talk about a high demand job if I don't talk about nurses, if I don't talk about licensed practice nurses as well. So I group these two together because they are kind of in the nursing field. And you know that whenever you check YouTube and you say jobs that are high demand, or when you just want to say get a job in Canada, nurses are one of the top ones that you will always see. Nurses are needed everywhere. Nurses are needed in every province. A nurse can earn from 40,000 per annum to 60,000 per annum based on your experience and based on how far you are ready to push. You can even earn higher than 60,000 per annum. It also depends on your negotiating power. So you guys can try to go into nursing field. A lot of people already are aware that nursing field is something that is high paying. So you can decide to join them or decide to look for another profession that is high paying. But nurses or licensed practice nurses are like nursing support or nursing assistant. They support you. They are like the CNAs and all that. So you can decide to look into it and research on how you can go into this profession and begin to work in it. The next I'm going to talk about is pharmacists. Pharmacists can either work in a hospital, they can decide to work in a pharmacy, they can decide to work in a drugstore. Pharmacy are always high in demand. Why? Because there are many illnesses these days, many ailments, and so people always need medication, they need someone that can guide them, especially for those that are in the community. They can't always be going to the big hospital all the time, so they need a pharmacy that will help in ensuring that the right dose and the right thing are being done for them in terms of their medication. Pharmacists are needed everywhere. For you to get into pharmacy, you need to have at least studied it, get a degree in pharmacy for you to get there, and this will can earn from 70,000 Canadian dollars per annum to at least 90,000 Canadian dollars per annum. It also depends on your experience as well, and it also depends on your negotiating power. The provinces that help Canadian, or the provinces that pay more in Canada, includes British Columbia, includes Quebec, include New Brunswick. These are the provinces that pay more. It doesn't mean other provinces do not pay, but these people also pay more. So you can check out pharmacy profession. The next I'm going to talk about is accountant. Every department, for every company, you need an accountant. In fact, an accountant is a key component of a company, is a key component of a business. You need someone that can help you manage your finances, and for them to even get into this accountancy, at least if they have done what they call a CPA degree, it will enable them even earn higher. It's like a certified professional accountant kind of thing. You will earn higher, you'll be more valued as an accountant. Without wasting much of our time, the next set of people I'm going to talk about is tech jobs. Tech jobs that pay very well in Canada. And number one on my list is going to be cloud architects. Cloud architects can earn from up to 100,000 to 120,000 Canadian dollars per annum. And remember, the more experience you get, the more you earn. If you know how to use wCloud, Azure, and the lots of them, you can earn so much as a cloud architect. Now, the next I'm going to talk about is cloud engineers, cloud system engineers. These people can earn so much, and they can also earn from 100,000 to 120,000 Canadian dollars per annum. The truth is that most tech fields pay so much because the world is evolving, the world is going digital. So the more digital skills you have, the more tech skills you have, the more pay you have. It doesn't mean that other fields do not pay, but the truth is tech fields really pay very, very well. Next I'm going to talk about is web developers. Web developers, regardless of which web developer you are, whether you are a software developer, whether you're a web developer, these people can earn from up to 80,000 to 90,000 Canadian dollars because they are needed. They are needed to grow a company. They are needed to increase the outreach of a company. So if you are thinking about going into tech, you can decide to try a web developer. Next I'm going to talk about is full stack developers. If you know how to operate both the front end and the back end, it's advantage to you because most companies do not just want to employ one that can do a back end, another one that can do a front end. No, they want someone that can be able to manage this for them, and they are regarded with high importance within this company. This company knows their value, and they can pay them from 100,000 to 130,000 Canadian dollars per annum. This money is even without all those benefits. They will still have additional benefits on top. So if you're thinking about which tech fields to go into, you can try this out. The next tech field I want to talk about is IoT specialists. IoT specialists, like those that are into automation, whether you are into AI. Actually, the world is going AI, like I said in my previous video. If you have a skill that is around anything that has to do with automation, it means that in the nearest future you will be among those that are in high demand, and these people right now can earn from 90,000 Canadian dollars to 120 Canadian dollars, depending on your negotiating power. Also depends on the location. The next I want to talk about is data security. Whether you are into information security, cyber security, data security, you guys are in high demand in Canada because the world these days are talking about confidentiality, and the world is going digital. So this means that the demand for cyber security will keep on being on a rise. It will never decrease. And if you're thinking about what to study or what your family member can study, you can begin to look at data security. The next thing I'm going to talk about is IT product manager. And people need IT product manager because it's not just about having a product. You need someone that can be able to manage how the product will be communicated to the customers. And so if you know that you have this skill, you can begin to work towards applying for such jobs. I'm also going to talk about DevOps engineers. DevOps engineers, if you are into Python, you know, into Java, you know how to interpret codes, create a code, you are high in demand. Not only do you earn well, you are also high in demand in Canada. So if I were you, I would begin to look towards this, or begin to tell my family member, or begin to study towards it, or begin to apply for such jobs. If you already have these skills and you are thinking about moving to Canada, in every province you are highly needed. Please do not sleep on this. Now I'm going to talk about jobs that are paying very, very well. These ones now are non-tech role. I know I've talked about tech roles because tech role naturally pays so much. So now I'm going to talk about the ones that pay very, very well, but they're not tech role. I'm not going to expatiate much on it, but I'll just list them for you to go and check them out. Number one we have is financial analyst. Financial analysts pay very, very well in Canada. Number two on my list is HR manager. So if you know that you have managed a company HR department before and you know you can do it, you can begin to apply for such role. Number three I want to talk about is business intellect analyst. These people earn so much in Canada, so you can begin to check them out as well. Number four is executive assistant. There is no company that can do without an executive assistant. Their name is executive because they do so much organizing, planning, meeting, ensuring that things are being done within an organization, and because of it people pay them so much. I've talked about forklifters before. These people earn so much and they are always in high demand in Canada. Next I want to talk about is production supervisors. They are needed in every organization to ensure that the products that these people are producing are that of a good quality and also reaching to the customers as well it's supposed to reach. So if you know that you have this skill, you can begin to apply for it, and they can earn from up to 130,000 Canadian dollars per annum. It also depends on how you grow your negotiating power as well. Guys, these are the lists I have for you today. You can check them out. You can browse more to know about other high in demand profession that I haven't mentioned here today. Also remember that those that are in the medical field, you guys are high in demand, and depending on your negotiating power, depending on the location, and depending on your experience, you can get as much pay as you know that you are entitled to get. If you want to know what amounts you can negotiate, you can go to indeed.com, go to Glassdoor and see possible salaries that someone of your skill, someone of your experience can get, and begin to negotiate within that particular field. In fact, at times you don't even need to negotiate, you might just be offered that because that's normally what they offer. Thank you again and see you in our next video. Don't forget to share, to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Please hit that like button to encourage us to do more videos like this. And bye for now, people.